They found a ship drifting alone, sails full, food untouched, but everyone was gone. This isn't fiction. It really happened. She was called Mary Celeste, built to survive storms. But something happened out there that no one can explain. But this wasn't just any ship. It had a strange past even before this journey. On November 7th, 1872, the ship left New York with barrels of alcohol heading for Italy. The journey started just like any other voyage across the Atlantic. Calm seas, familiar winds, and no sign of trouble. The captain, his wife, their little daughter, and a trusted crew were all on board. Nothing seemed wrong. Another ship saw them near the Azores on November 25th. Everything looked normal at the time. The sea near the Azores was quiet and calm. No warning signs, no unusual sightings, just peaceful ocean around them. Just 9 days later, Mary Celeste was found floating. No crew, no signs of life. There was no sign of damage or a struggle. No drifting debris, no torn sails, just a perfect ship eerily empty. When they stepped on board, everything was in place, but no one was there. They had all disappeared. They searched every corner of the vessel, but found no one. Clothes were folded, food was still there, even the logbook was up to date. But the people were missing. It was as if time had stopped. Plates were still set on the table, and everything looked frozen in the middle of daily life. Only the lifeboat was gone, but the weather was calm, no storm, no fight, just silence. The skies had been clear for days, and the ship's log showed no sign of any storm or natural disaster. All the cargo was still there, untouched. So why did they leave the ship? That's what made it even more bizarre. Why would trained sailors abandon such a strong and seaworthy ship? Some said the crew turned against each other, but there were no signs of any fight. No one had heard any cries for help. There were no flares, no messages, nothing to suggest anything went wrong. It was pirates? Nothing was stolen. Not even small things like clothes or tools. They left behind all their things, even money and personal items. Maybe a seaquake or waterspout scared them, but the ship wasn't damaged at all. Some sailors believe the ocean itself can affect the mind, that it can pull people into madness without reason. One idea is that fumes from the alcohol caused panic. Maybe they thought an explosion would happen. A burst of fear, invisible yet intense, may have driven them to escape the ship without a moment's hesitation. Others say something supernatural was on board, something not of this world. Stories like these have fueled ghost tales across generations, passed down in seaports, bars, and old sailor logs. Captain Briggs was calm and deeply religious, the kind of man who didn't panic easily. Briggs had no history of fear or failure. He was respected by all. There was no signal sent for help, and the last entry in the logbook showed nothing strange. The ship was still fine. It could have finished the trip, but the people were gone. Ships don't just drift without people, but this one moved like a ghost, alone and untouched, across the ocean. People began asking questions. Did the rescuers have something to do with it? Many began to wonder, could the rescuers have seen something, or perhaps known more than they admitted? But nothing was proven. The crew who found the ship were innocent. The truth stayed hidden. Mary Celeste was renamed and kept sailing for a few years, but her ghost story had already begun. Even the writer of Sherlock Holmes made up a creepy version of the story, with ghosts and madness. A fictional story from Sir Arthur Conan Doyle turned this into legend, full of ghosts, madness, and dread. Books, movies, documentaries. Everyone wanted to tell the story of the ghost ship. Today, some believe it was a huge wave, or maybe gas poisoning, or just human error. Some blame a rogue wave, others toxic gas, or simple human mistake. But none of the theories fit perfectly. What do you think really happened? Yet none explain the calm sea, untouched ship, and missing crew. Now Mary Celeste is a legend, a scary sea tale passed down for generations. Mary Celeste became legend, a ghost story whispered by sailors for generations. The ship was wrecked later on, but the mystery never sank. She wrecked years later, but her mystery still floats in silent waters. The sea hides many secrets, and Mary Celeste is one of the biggest. You're watching Lost Pages, where the past comes back to life. Don't forget to subscribe for more hidden stories and untold history.